The most terrifying papers that some I can show you, some I cannot show you. Remember a couple weeks ago, I said there is billions of dollars and everyone is getting ready to dump. The CTAs are dumping. I told you they would. I don't have time. I don't have the time on when they're going to do it. I just know that they're going to do it. And this week, you felt a little bit, just a little bit of it. But in this video, I want to rewind the clock. Because you're like, how low? How much money am I going to lose? You're not going to like this. Well, let me rephrase that. You're not going to like this if you haven't been listening to me. If you've been listening to me for the last 6 months, you've been doing pretty darn good on, well, if you want to proceed with put options, there you go. Or if you want to take advantage of those inverse ETFs like SQQQ. I know in my groups, some of you guys are just killing it. And sometimes it feels like that's all there is. Spooked traders just piled into stock protection, right? That's like government protection where they'll go ahead and take care of you at record rate overall volume in what? Put options. That's you guys know which way this market is going. The only problem is everyone's now piled in on one side. It's like a teeter-totter that's going to flip the other way. So guys, if you think it is just a straight down, it's not. You constantly get trapped, and that's what the markets are set up to do. They just take dumb people's money. Well, you're not dumb, you're just emotional, and that's what people do. They're like, oh, well, the bottom, when will be bottom, which I'll show you in a second, but me and other people have been warning you. Billionaire investor Carl Icahn warns the worst. Here, let me scare you a little bit. He has more money than I do. The worst is yet to come for investors. And how bad, Carl? Please tell us. Well, he says the fall of the Roman Empire, that bad. And not just Carl is telling you as bad as the fall of the Roman Empire. Jeremy Siegel, he's of Wharton School of Business. Wharton's Jeremy Siegel. That's like YouTube's Johnny Bravo. Why can't I just be Johnny Bravo? Accuses the Fed of making one of the biggest policy mistakes in its 110-year history. Well, and guess what? Now we get to pay the price of that. See, it's all great when we're going up. And all of us that understand how economies work and how money works, we're like, wow, this bubble is huge. And not just huge, but it is affecting everyone from the richest of the rich to countries. The luxury home market posts its biggest decline in a decade. It's like crickets. Yeah. No duh. Because just like that, with the flip of a switch, everything is great. Everyone has jobs until everyone doesn't have jobs. Meta piles into growing fears. Wow. Even Mark is fearful that advertising demand is plummeting. Yeah, because people are broke. And not just broke, this is posting its first decline in revenue since going public. That was a long time ago. So if you think for a second, all of these little red numbers above my head, because you're like, well, how low will Meta go? How low will Tesla go? How about Alibaba, S&P 500, NASDAQ? How about the Dow Jones? And I say all you have to do is pull back, not pull out. Not my game, not strong. Is pull back and look at the long-term picture and find a support. And then you go, that's where it's going. Like you could take the Dow Jones Industrial Average, DJI, if you want to trade it, DIA. Take a look at this chart. Can you just visually see where support is? Well, I visually can see a head and shoulders pattern. Oh, and you want to know where the neckline is? It's right there. Do you want to see where the top of the shoulder is, which it's going to find support? That would be right there. So your first support is on that line. Oh, and by the way, this is 2020, 2018. I'm doing this on the monthly. This thing, you might not see that top way up there, 30 years. Or if you believe in market cycles, which I've been telling you about over the last week, could be 80 years. There is probabilities of in your lifetime, you will never reach that top again. And that is when the fear comes into play and everyone sells. even these guys. And I actually just got an email a couple days ago in a very wealthy community, and he said, just make an offer, he'll take anything. And right now, we're not even in the bad phase. We're like, right? That was so much fun. And then we pulled back, and everyone's like, no, it's fine. The market's all, and now we're like, right there. There we go. You see? We got a whole lot more to the downside where there's anxiety, denial, and then panic selling. So now to answer the question, panic selling, where is the bottom? Let me just pull back the chart. Let's do the 80 years, whatever, for those of you that like to grill me on if I'm off by a year. 1930s to 2030s. We just haven't hit the 30s yet. We'll get there. So we're at 2022, okay? So here is your 80-year cycle. By looking at this chart, by pulling back, can you see a bottom? Oh, I do. I see a bottom. It's over there. But I don't think we're going down that far. But let's find some support here. Okay, so you can have a support right here, which it'll probably break that. And then I'll draw another, let's see. So we got support right there. Break through that. There's support. How about this? Let's draw a little line right there. There's another one. You want to do another one. Also, if you want to learn how to do this, start with my swing trading course. I teach you how to draw stupid lines and support, resistance, swing trading, market bottoms. I mean, you could be an investor. You can be a trader. Let me find you another. Let's do another bottom here. Some support. I would say that's support right there. And that's support right there. And then that would be that's the very bottom. Also, here's a little indicator I'll turn on just to help you with finding bottoms. When it goes here, that would be a bottom. This, you're nowhere near yet. Also, if I turn on the TD sequential, you're at a 6. We can go all the way down to 9. And then let me turn on 2 more indicators for you. These are the recessions, which they're saying we're not in one. So do you see what happens when we go in a recession? See how much the percentage that the market moves down? And right now, no recession. So all times are good. Also, by pulling back and looking at that chart, that was a 50% drop. Do you see where the chart went crazy, right? Where this seems like the normal after the 08. Look at this. It's just like nonstop. And also, if I were to pull back even more, does that not look, if you couldn't see dates, doesn't that look like a hockey stick? I mean, this clearly looks like a crypto chart. We'll take, for example, and some people are going to throw rocks at my face, but I have to explain it. XRP. I've been trading that before you probably even knew the word XRP. I'm very familiar with the company Ripple, and I'm very familiar with people given money to leave comments in comment sections. And spammers come in all different shapes and sizes. But take a look, and in these market cycles, people wait 80 years, well, not 80, 50 to get their money, just to break even. I mean, look at this. You're like, yay, all-time high. I mean, if you didn't get out, right, took you 30 years to break even, and then, oh my gosh, I should have got out. We all are suffering from recency bias. But when I pull the chart back, you're like, oh, wait, recency bias solved. How long did you have to wait? So that's 4,262 days. That's almost 12 years just in that cycle. And again, that's why that's why you're in my swing trading course. So do you see the swings, right? You get in, you get out, you get in, you get out. I mean, going back to the roaring 20s, and I'm not talking about the roaring 20s that we just had, the one back in the day. You want to know how long you had to wait on that one just to break even? 9,315 days. And what goes up must come down, only by 90%. Also, when I tell you that these bear market rips, these bounces, when it bounces 53%, right, before it fleeces everyone else, that's 53% on a down. This is 90% loss. And I don't want you to lose money. That's why I started this channel. because so many people were saying so many wrong things. And I'm like, okay, that's it. Now I might not be getting the very bottoms. I can't get the very bottom, and I don't know what the very top is. I can get you close, but I can't get you the exact. And it's kind of like standing outside, right? You see these dark clouds. Actually, I was in Cancun. You saw this dark cloud with rain. I'm like, hey, rain's coming. I don't know if it's gonna hit. And then all of a sudden the cloud moves. Well, okay, I was close. So if you could hit something, either a like or a subscribe, just to help me out so I can keep going. Just in case you're like, I don't know if I want to buy a course on, so I don't have to repeat myself. Like, these are hundreds of hours. When I just say something on YouTube like, oh, gaps get filled on major indices. If I don't use every, like, 99.9% of all gaps down on major indices get filled. Well, what about Bitcoin? That's not a major indice, but that would be something that I would have covered in the course. So please take advantage of the 65% off before I'm raising the price up. I'm sorry, it's just way too cheap. Thank you guys so much for your love. Enjoy the weekend, do something, and I'll see you tomorrow.